Guy is an asshat is the best way that I can put it. He refuses to debate anybody with zerohedge.com, which I know a lot of financial people follow this one. But this guy, Tyler Durden, something popped. Google searches for sell my Airbnb surge as travel downturn worsens. Okay. You've seen this on Twitter X. You've seen this in different places recently where people are saying Airbnb is going to dump a bunch of inventory and prices are going to drop because of all the inventory. Well, let's go through what they're claiming here. We told readers in late July that Airbnb owners are about to be forced to sell their property. And 1 month later in late August, we wrote Airbnb bubble is popping with the housing bubble, followed by Airbnb bubble bursts. Investor home purchase crashes 45%, biggest drop since 2008. A lot of these headlines were misled. They were misled by this CEO, Nick Jurley from Reventure Consulting. He's got a YouTube channel called Reventure where he doesn't answer questions. He'll throw out quotes like this. I believe these losses will cause a wave of distress selling from Airbnb operators in 2023 and 2024. Well, 2023, Jurley, is over. You haven't seen a wave of distress selling from Airbnb. He makes these wild claims all the time. The guy is an asshat, is the best way that I can put it. He refuses to debate anybody. Logan Motoshami from Housing Wire has offered up a debate dozens of times. Lance Lambert from Fortune has offered to moderate. Of course, I would love to debate the guy, and we could do that here on BAM. He doesn't get in. He doesn't even answer comments on Twitter X or on his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of fanboys because he's cultivated this following of basement dwelling losers that want to root against the U.S. economy and specifically housing. What they've done here since 2020 is say housing is going to crash, don't buy homes. Well, we know that homes are worth 49% more across this country since pre-pandemic. So he cost a lot of people a lot of money, and he cost a lot of people low interest rates. Okay, now he's saying, hey, your timing is going to be soon here, even though he's been saying that the crash is now for 3-4 years, costing a lot of people money. Now he's saying, hey, you can step into the market now. Well, now it's the most unaffordable market of all time. 3-4 years ago, it was the most affordable. You could get great deals. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Airbnb owners who snapped up homes, and this is going back to the Zero Hedge article, in the last several years during the era of free money are facing a downturn in the short-term rental market that started in the second half of 22, with some Airbnb operators in cities facing 50% revenue declines. Yeah, I think Airbnb owners, by the way, are going to see a decrease in revenues. And there are other sources that have obviously reported that, because there are too many Airbnbs in certain communities. Absolutely. But to say that this is causing a wave of distress selling, well, it hasn't. And I think every agent across America would welcome some Airbnb homeowners putting their property onto the market, because we are starved for inventory. This would be a welcome sign. And they wouldn't have to distress sell an Airbnb. In fact, they probably would make money, a lot of these Airbnb owners, if they put their house on the market today in many locations. Certainly in the Northeast, they would. In the Northeast, where there's the lowest inventory across the country. I think in other markets as well. Okay, so now you got Twitter X that, Zero Hedge is posting these Twitter X. The great Airbnb exit has begun. Idiot. What else do we got here from Twitter X? I mean, you just see these people just don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about one listing here, one listing there. Come to the hot sheet every single Monday. We look at the inventory. We look at the active listings. New listings reported by Altos Research is the lowest ever on record the last 13 months straight. The lowest ever. So until we see new listings start to pop, until we see actually inventory, which were year over year negative, and last year was the lowest ever recorded. So what does that tell you? We got the lowest inventory ever, basically. Until we start to see that number come up, you can't tell me that Airbnb, which is less than 1% of homes across America, is some big bubble that is bursting. Now, this is the biggest crime. For years, legacy real estate media companies have overpromised and underdelivered, overcharging you for information readily available for free on YouTube. At BAM, we think this is insane. It's why we created BAMX. For a fraction of the cost, you can gain access to the best content in real estate and marketing, including all our courses, live streams, daily downloads, and access to everyone at BAM in our private community. Join us today in BAMX, where we actually value your investment in becoming a better agent and marketer. That, because remember, their article leads headline says that the Google searches are up on Airbnb, selling my Airbnb. This is fraudulent from Zero Hedge. This is absolutely insane. And then they show this. They show that dotted line with they add their green arrow in here. So you go to Google searches, and this is what they're showing as the screenshot. So it looks like, holy smoke, sell my Airbnb search term is jumping off the page. Now, let me show you what's actually happening when you go on Google. Zero Hedge, shame on you. Shame on you. This is so stupid that you would that I don't know what you did to that page. And I'm just I'll do it right here in front. We'll do it in real time so you guys don't think I'm like setting anything up here. Airbnb, sell my Airbnb. That's the search term that they use. I don't know where they came up with that screenshot, manipulated it. But look at this. Okay, so this is the past day. So one day is not really going to tell us, a story here. Let's look at just the past 30 days. Okay, that's going to tell us. Oh, look at that. 30 days ago looks the same as today. They had this thing jumping off the page. I don't know where they got that from. We just went through everything. They have past 12 months. They have all categories. They have the US, and they have this dotted blue line jumping off the page. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go past 12 months like they did. All categories. Here we go. It's just not jumping off the page. I'm sorry. It's not. Shame on you, Zero Hedge. You're misleading folks to believe because you got a couple of quotes from Nick Jurley, who has been wrong for years on his YouTube channel. It's all documented there. He gives out bad advice every single day to folks. So you're just wrong. This is silly. Until we actually see it reflect in inventory, you will remain to be wrong.